What if real prayer doesn't start with words, but with a deep breath? Not rushed promises or fast talking, but slow air filling your chest like a quiet room. Have you ever prayed and felt nothing, like your words disappeared? Maybe it's not about faith, but about breath. Before Jesus prayed, he didn't rush. He stopped. He breathed in. He stepped into calm like stepping into something holy. And in that still moment, real prayer began. We're always in noise, busy, tired, pushed to do more. People pray like they race, quick, automatic, hoping something changes while feeling overwhelmed. But Jesus didn't do that. He stepped away. He found peace. He breathed like someone calling out to something bigger. He knew, and old texts show this too, there's something sacred about breath. A hidden truth found in ancient writings and quiet teachings. It's not new. It's in the Bible, in the Essene way of life, in scrolls many haven't seen. Lost, but still alive. In this video, we'll find that breath. The one Jesus used before prayer. You'll see how to calm your mind, how to balance your body and soul with one deep breath, and how prayer can become something real and full of meaning. We'll talk about breathing with awareness, mindful prayer, and the old ways of Jesus. If you've ever felt like prayer should be more, this video is for you. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because today, we breathe his way and pray the way he did. Jesus didn't pray in the middle of busy crowds. He left the noise. He went up hills, walked into the quiet, sat under trees, places where the wind was the only sound. Because before talking to God, he needed peace. That's when the soul speaks best. Silence wasn't empty, it was full of meaning. A quiet space that began with simple breathing. Lots of people think prayer is all talking. But Jesus showed something different. His way shows that prayer doesn't start with words, it starts with a breath. And for that, you need peace. Not just around you, but inside you. You have to calm your mind, turn down the mental noise, like switching off a loud radio so you can finally hear what matters. That quiet moment allows a full breath, and that breath brings you closer to Spirit. Air is more than just air, it's the invisible thread between you and God. Each breath in is like trust. Each breath out is letting go. In that rhythm, a bridge forms. The soul lifts, and heaven comes close. That's why Jesus didn't begin with speech, he began with breath. He understood that the body also prays, and breath is its first voice. Nazareth, his home, had many calm places, quiet trails, open land, peaceful hills, where your heart could be heard and silence said more than words. There, Jesus listened for heaven's voice through his breath. That breath gave him what he needed for everything, healing, teaching, even facing pain. You can't really learn this kind of breathing from reading, it comes from being quiet. It's something deep inside all of us. An old practice that doesn't need effort, just your full attention. Like hearing waves from inside your chest. Jesus didn't give lessons about it, he lived it. He stepped away to be with the Father, but first, he focused on his breath. Today, people try to pray while surrounded by noise, screens, and busy schedules, but that's like trying to light a candle in heavy wind. Jesus showed us that the soul needs space to shine. So if you want to pray like he did, you have to find your own quiet place inside, your inner Nazareth. That's the place with no noise, where breathing feels easy and the spirit can settle. Ask yourself, when was the last time you really paid attention to your breath in silence? Not just as something your body does, but as the quiet voice of your soul. Up next, we'll show how Jesus used that breath to bring light into his being. His deep connection with the Father didn't just happen. Every time he went off alone, he wasn't only looking for peace and quiet, he was building calm inside. And it started with breathing. He took long, slow breaths through his nose. It wasn't just air, it was focus. It brought his mind and body into balance. His body relaxed. His soul felt steady. His spirit lifted. That's how he prepared his body, his living temple, before he spoke to God. Most people don't know that the body can pray too, not with words, but with feelings, stillness, and quiet signs. When you take a deep breath, you're telling your whole being, I'm ready now. And everything in you lines up. Your blood moves better. Your thoughts clear up. Your emotions calm down. For Jesus, breath was the way in. Breathing came before speaking, it was the space between doing and resting. Breathing with care isn't just a trick, it's a way to let go. When you take a full breath in and breathe out with purpose, you stop forcing things. You open. And in that open space, God meets you. This isn't just a nice idea. Science backs it. Slow breathing helps calm the body, lowers stress, and steadies the heart. But Jesus didn't need science, he lived it. The pineal gland, sometimes called the inner eye, wakes up through this type of breathing. You don't have to think it's mystical, just know that quiet, nose breathing, and clean air help you look inside. Not with your eyes, but with a peaceful heart. Jesus saw more clearly because he breathed from a deep place within. And you can do that too. Every full breath is like turning on a light in a dark space. It reminds you that your body is a sacred space, and before you speak, you open. Before you talk to God, you listen. And breath is the oldest way to listen. If you bring this into your daily life, you'll see how it shifts your prayers, and your whole way of living. It's not magic. It's real. It's being present. And if this message feels right to you, check the pinned comment. There's a special guide there called Conscious Breath. It helps you come back to your breath the way Jesus did, not as a trick, but as a way forward. Watch this video all the way through, and then take a moment to try it for yourself. Jesus didn't just say the Lord's Prayer like reading off a page. Every word mattered. Each line had a rhythm, a weight, and a quiet power. He prayed slowly, like every line came straight from the heart. He didn't just speak the words, he breathed life into them. That's what made it real. The power wasn't just in what he said, but how he said it. Imagine this, Our Father who art in heaven, you take a deep breath in. Hallowed be thy name, you let the breath out gently. Every line becomes a full breath. You breathe in to connect. You breathe out to release. This settles your body, clears your thoughts, and brings your whole self into peace. It's more than just prayer, it brings balance. It's like your body says, Amen, with every breath you take. And even science agrees, breathing in rhythm supports your heart, mind, and emotions. But Jesus didn't wait for science. He knew it by feeling. His breath helped him connect, not just with God, but with himself. When your breathing flows, life flows. And when prayer moves with that flow, it becomes alive. You can try it yourself. Speak each line of the Lord's Prayer slowly, with a full breath. No need to hurry. Don't worry about finishing. Feel every word deep inside. Let the words and your breath move together. This way of praying isn't common, but it's close, real, and alive. It turns simple words into something sacred. And the best part? All you need is your breath and your full attention. In the next part, we'll explore how prayer can be felt in the body, like a soft flame glowing in your heart. Prayer isn't just a thought, it's something you feel. Jesus didn't split the body from the spirit. He brought both together in each breath, each step. And at the center of it all was his heart. Breathing with your heart wide awake isn't just a nice idea, it's something you can truly feel. It's like your heart joins in the prayer. Each beat agrees with the words you're saying. When breath and heart move together, everything falls into place. There's a simple and powerful practice called heart coherence. You breathe in for 5 seconds, breathe out for 5. It helps your whole body feel steady. It's like your whole self says, I'm here, and I'm open. This isn't new. It's ancient. Many traditions used it, and Jesus lived it. It was simply part of how he connected. When you breathe into your chest with full focus, something inside changes. It's not just your mind that quiets down, your whole spirit finds calm. Picture a warm light glowing in your chest. Every breath in makes it brighter. Every breath out makes it stronger. That light isn't just a picture. It stands for your energy, your purpose, your spirit coming alive. It's the fire of your inner altar where true prayer begins. Doing this can shift the way you pray. It's not just about asking anymore, it's about being present. You stop praying from the mind, you start praying from deep inside. And that deep place is your heart. When you pray from the heart, your body becomes a sacred space. You're not calling out to a distant God, you're speaking from within, like talking to the one already living inside you. A lot of people search for signs in the world, but the strongest sign is the one that lights up inside you. Your breath takes you there. Your heart keeps it. Your prayer brings it to life. This practice doesn't take long, just your full attention. You can do it in the morning, at night, or any time you need to remember who you really are and where you truly belong. And when life feels hard or heavy, breathe into your heart. Light that fire again. Don't forget, you're never alone. Every true prayer, when it comes from both body and soul, reaches heaven. In the next part, we'll return to the start, to the first breath that gave us life and still fuels real prayer. Before any words were spoken, there was breath. In Genesis, it says God shaped man from the ground and breathed life into him. It wasn't done with a voice or a hand, it was done through breath. That breath wasn't just air, it was spirit. It was God entering the body. The soul didn't just appear, it came with that breath. From then on, everything that breathes carries a bit of the divine. The Hebrew word for spirit is ruach, it means wind, breath, moving air. In Greek, it's pneuma. Both mean the same thing, a life-giving force you can't see. Jesus understood this well. That's why when he breathed on his followers, it wasn't just a symbol. He was passing on spirit, strength, and life. The breath itself was the gift. But today, we often forget. We breathe without noticing, like it doesn't matter. But each breath is a doorway. When you take a deep breath, you're not just filling your lungs, you're remembering that God still breathes into you. Focused breathing brings you closer to Him. No need for fancy words or effort, just attention. Jesus knew that breath holds meaning. It carries spirit, energy, and life. That's why he always breathed before prayer. It wasn't just to get ready, it was part of the prayer itself, the quiet, the breath, the flow. It was how he met the Father. And if we follow his way, we can wake up that same hidden power. We can make our breathing sacred again. Even science now supports what the spiritual ones always knew: slow, deep breathing helps your body, lowers stress, and clears the mind. But even more, it brings a quiet closeness you can only feel when you breathe with your heart. You can't explain that feeling in words, you just know it when it happens. So the next time you breathe in, do it like you're receiving something sacred. And as you breathe out, feel like you're letting go of anything you don't need anymore. That easy rhythm, air in, air out, is the same force that moves the stars and your own heartbeat. Don't treat it like it's nothing. Maybe the Holy Spirit still breathes, but now it breathes through you. That's why prayer doesn't begin when you start talking. It begins with your breath. Air is the oldest kind of prayer, a quiet prayer with no words, but full of meaning. And from that still place, we come to the end of this message, where the true temple isn't far away or high above, but right inside your chest. Jesus always breathed before praying because he understood something many people no longer remember: breath is the doorway to the temple within. Before he asked, he became still. Before he spoke, he connected with heaven. It wasn't a technique, it was love. It was letting go. You can come back to that place too. Just breathe with focus. Pray with your whole being, your body, your mind, your spirit. Because this isn't only about belief, it's about being fully present. Give it a try. Let your next prayer begin with one deep, full breath. Pay attention to the space between the words. You might feel God there. Breathe like Jesus did, and let your heart wake up. Have you ever felt God in the stillness between your words? Let me know in the comments. If this message meant something to you, subscribe, tap the bell, and share this video with someone who might need it too. Stick around and watch the next video, it opens another door worth stepping through.